Title: The Silent Passenger. Late one night, on the final train home, Maria found herself alone, except for a man sitting in the opposite corner of the carriage. He was dressed in outdated clothes and had an unsettling intensity in his eyes. Maria tried to ignore him, focusing on her book, but she couldn't shake the feeling of his gaze. As the train rattled on, the man never moved or blinked. When Maria finally worked up the courage to speak to him, he vanished. In panic, she ran to the conductor, who listened patiently before telling her the chilling tale of a man who died on that very train years ago after being hit by a car while waiting for his wife. Every so often, his spirit returns, looking for her. Title: The Poltergeist of Oak Lane. John and Emily were thrilled to move into their new home on Oak Lane, an old house full of character. Their excitement soon turned to fear as strange occurrences began to unfold. Objects flew across rooms, furniture moved on its own, and they heard growls at night. Desperate for help, they called a medium. The medium revealed the presence of a former owner, an angry spirit seeking revenge for a perceived injustice. Through a tense and dramatic séance, the medium managed to calm the spirit, but the couple knew the house would never truly be theirs. Title: The Vanished Camper. On a weekend camping trip in the remote woods, a group of friends woke up to find one of their own missing. They searched the campsite and the surrounding area frantically, but found no trace of their friend. As they packed up to leave, they discovered their friend's belongings arranged in a perfect circle, with eerie symbols drawn in the dirt. That night, back home, they were haunted by dreams of their missing friend, now part of a ghostly ritual in the woods. The chilling cold and the sense of being watched never left them, a reminder of the friend they lost and the dark forces they encountered. Title: The Watcher. David began receiving letters from someone calling themselves The Watcher. The letters detailed his daily routines and private conversations, making him feel increasingly paranoid. Despite changing locks and installing cameras, the letters kept coming. One night, David found a letter inside his house, implying the intruder had been inside all along. The letter was accompanied by a chilling warning: "I'm closer than you think." The realization that someone was watching his every move, even from within his home, left David in a state of constant fear. Title: The Lady in White. It was a stormy night when Tom, a taxi driver, picked up a woman dressed in white. She gave him an address and remained silent for the rest of the ride. When they arrived, she handed him a cold, old-fashioned coin and disappeared into thin air. Tom, confused and scared, went to the house where an elderly man told him the story of his daughter who died years ago in an accident. Every year on the anniversary of her death, she tries to find her way home. Tom realized he had encountered her restless spirit, still searching for peace. Title: The Abandoned Asylum. A group of urban explorers decided to investigate an abandoned asylum known for its dark history. Splitting up to cover more ground, they soon heard screams and saw shadowy figures. They reconvened, but one member was missing. They found him in a catatonic state, having witnessed a ghostly reenactment of a patient's tragic end. The asylum's history of mistreatment and suffering seemed to live on through these restless spirits, leaving the group haunted by what they had seen and heard. Title: The Whispering Closet. The Anderson family moved into a beautiful old house with one small locked closet in the master bedroom. At night, they heard whispers coming from inside. One day, they found the key and opened the closet to find old tattered clothes and a diary detailing a tragic story of the previous occupant. The whispers grew louder, and the diary revealed a story of lost love and untimely death. The presence in the closet seemed to be the spirit of the former owner, seeking closure. The Andersons eventually moved out, unable to live with the constant whispers of the past. Title: The Face at the Window. Jane and her daughter moved into a new apartment. At night, her daughter claimed to see a face at her bedroom window. Jane dismissed it as nightmares until she saw the face herself, a ghostly visage peering in with sad eyes. They learned from neighbors that a man had died falling from that window years ago. His spirit seemed to linger, trapped in the moment of his death, and his sorrowful gaze haunted them until they moved away. Title: The Haunted Painting Art Collector. Michael bought a rare, eerie painting at an auction. Soon after, he experienced disturbing visions and nightmares. The figures in the painting seemed to move, their expressions growing more sinister. As the terror escalated, Michael discovered the painting's history of bringing misfortune and death to its owners. Unable to bear it any longer, he tried to destroy the painting, but it resisted. Finally, he locked it away, hoping to contain its malevolent influence. Title: The Disappearing Road. One night, after taking a shortcut through a little-known road, Jack found himself in an old, unfamiliar town. The silent figures and buildings seemed out of time. When he finally escaped, he discovered the town had vanished years ago after a mysterious disaster. The road disappeared the next day, leaving Jack to wonder if he had encountered a ghost town trapped in time, or if he had somehow slipped into another dimension. The experience left him haunted, forever wary of strange roads and shortcuts.